The President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Ruto, as we speak right now, he is flying out of the country headed for the United States of America. But why is President William Ruto headed for the United States of America as of today? According to a memo that has currently been communicated by the State House today, this is the reason why President William Ruto, as of today, is leaving the country for the United States of America. Ruto leaves for Washington for historic peace deal and strategic Kenya-US talks. That is the memo, and that is the title of the memo. And I read, at the invitation of President Donald Trump, President William Ruto departs this afternoon for Washington, D.C. in the United States of America to join President Paul Kagame and President Felix Tshisekedi in witnessing the official signing of the DRC-Rwanda peace agreement, the most significant breakthrough in addressing decades of conflict in eastern DRC. Building on the Nairobi and Luanda peace process, as well as the joint EAC-SADC initiative, the Washington signing brings together all key parties and is expected to unlock pathways for disarmament, demobilization, humanitarian access, and long-term stabilization. While in Washington, the president will participate in engagements aimed at advancing Kenya's strategic interest in trade, investment, health cooperation, and security. He will also witness the signing of the Kenya-US Health Cooperation Framework, which shifts the 25-year partnership to a sustainable government-led model aimed at advancing universal health coverage, UHC, and supporting a self-reliant health system by 2030. In all scheduled engagement, President Ruto will endeavor to outline Kenya's new economic transformation agenda towards a first-world economy driven by human capital development, infrastructure expansion, agro-industrial growth, and expanded irrigation through extensive dam construction. We will seek public-private partnership (PPP) investment in these priority sectors, alongside enhancement energy security initiatives to support the country's long-term development aspirations. But allow me to quote this one. The State House tells us that he will seek public-private partnership investment in these priority sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear PPP, you just know that this is the government of Kenya going to sell some Kenyan assets outside the country for the people within the government to benefit, but not for the benefit of the people of the Republic of Kenya. But there is one key thing that has actually revealed itself. Because in the recent past, on the last 1 week, we have been having a conversation about President Trump issuing a warning alert against the Kenyan officials or Kenyan citizens that are currently residing in the United States. Apart from that, the relationship between US and Kenya has currently been on strain since President Donald Trump took over office, because recently you all heard of a story that was exposed where Kenyan Somalis living in America have been funneling millions and trillions of money from the United States of America, more so in Minnesota, where they have been sending money to, they have been funding Al-Shabaab activities in Somalia through Kenya, because the money is not sent to Somalia direct. It is sent to Kenya, and from the partners of the AS group of the insurgents in Somalia, then who are in Kenya, they send the money to Somalia. Are we together? So that has actually led to an uprising in America right now, where the American government is actually moving forward to actually strain the relationship, or to actually limit Kenyans who are currently living in the United States. And you know, when the US puts a warning alert or a red alert against your citizens, that means even you as a country has been put on high alert. So President William Ruto joining this peace negotiation deal, it is not actually the only thing that is taking him there. Remember also, there has been investigation that has been ongoing against the Kenyan government, where the foreign affairs, the office of the United States Foreign Affairs uh, uh, in the Senate, the leader of the Senate actually started an investigation against the Kenyan, to reveal the Kenyan status as a major and NATO ally, which is a status that was conferred to Kenya by the former president of the United States, that is Joe Biden, back in the year 2024. Something that is currently being reviewed. So President William Ruto want to ensure that Kenya and him, the benefit that Kenya reaps as a government, the benefit that the Kenyan government reaps from the United States relationship are so much and so big that President William Ruto cannot dare in any way allow that to be jeopardized. Because if it is jeopardized, his businesses are also jeopardized. I tell you, William Ruto, hii kwenda kwake Marekani, when he comes back, you will hear of how many companies will currently be signed over to private companies. Public companies will be signed over to private companies. Remember, he passed the bill of privatization of public companies. And that bill, which was signed on 15th of October 2025, is that bill that has actually seen the country privatize most of the crucial government or public companies in the Republic of Kenya. So, Sai William Ruto is going to sell your country to the United States. Vitu zingine, it's something that you all, let me tell you, William Ruto does not move or does not make move in benefit of anybody else or in benefit of the Republic of Kenya. He makes moves in benefit of his own business interest. That is why I assure you, in a few days to come, you will hear of scandals that will arise out of these Ruto's visit to the United States. Yes, but all we can say is that, yes, advancing the relationship between Kenya and the United States is something that is good for this republic. Him leading the peace initiative or the peace talks between Paul Kagame and the president of Congo, Tshisekedi, is something that also has been long overdue. It's time that the war in Congo is actually, it actually comes to an end. But we ask ourselves a question. Why is President William Ruto going to negotiate this peace deal yet? The person that has been on the front line in organizing, the ceasefire in Congo is none other than the former president of Kenya, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Why isn't Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta being sent to the United States to become the one that will officiate these peace deal? Also, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.